Let's move to the personal wins. I nominate Chikuma. Pascal. Here you go.
Hi everyone. Uh, uh, what did I'm not sure I had any wins this week though. It was a very challenging week, but I would say my personal win was finally being able to understand the team's code base. These guys don't leave comments on their code, so it was really hard. But I was able to understand it, and I made my first merge, I guess. Yeah. So that's my personal win for the week. I'd nominate Adolf. Call me Adolf. Round of applause for Adolf as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Thank you. Um, for the weekly wins, I can say that we were able to generate our King Iscarit mobile app. Uh, I can take that as a weekly win. I nominate Joshua. Joshua Abdu.
Thanks, Wayne. Hi, thank you. My name is Abdullah Hamid Aladdin. For my personal win, okay, yeah, I have. I started teaching at DSA at our university, so that was a great achievement for me because I was planning for that 2 years before. So I'm not planning to teach at Aqua, but I was planning to join A2SV 2 years before. So for me, it's a great achievement. The other one is I also learning a lot of stuff related to AI because we are integrating some pipelines. So that's all from my side. Thank you. From them. Maybe Dr. Andre, are you here? You speaking? Doctor, I think you are mute. Mm-hmm. He's not here, maybe. The Emmanuel.
All right. Yeah. So this week, I can say my personal win. I had lost my some important document, and I thought that I throw it in the trash. So, but eventually I found it. So I can see that that was my personal win. And again, it was my birthday, so I have celebrated my birthday. So yeah, these are my wins, and I would like to nominate.
See, Emmanuel, can I go? I'm sorry, I was muted before.
All
I'll
right.
go now, and then
Okay.
yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was trying to unmute. So this was the was Christmas in the U.S. So it was a big holiday. It was. I had lots of family and people visit from out of town, and we spent a lot of time together with food and giving each other gifts and just celebrating and just having a lot of fun together. So it was a great week, one of my favorite weeks of the year. So that's my personal win, and I will nominate Hyman. I believe that's how you say his name. Just came on recently. If not, maybe Emmanuel can help me nominate someone.
All right, I can see
Emmanuel?
Yosef Luck.
Continue with yours.
Yosef Luck. He's one of the remote guys.
Okay, hello everyone. So in this week, I didn't really had much of personal win. So I maybe nominate someone else. Okay, the in-person people are not visible except the dog. So okay, I will nominate Kalkidan Burhan.
Oh, okay. So Kalkidan is not available. Let's move on to the fundraising update.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Um, let's move
Okay.
on.
Yes, I'm here for the fundraising update. Okay. And I am sorry I'm not on camera. I did let Imre know in advance since since I'm on holiday. There's a lot of people at my house. So the fundraising update. Some of these things are the same as the previous week. Um, One of our fundraising campaigns is the end of the year campaign, and recently I spoke with Imre that this last week of December is the biggest donating or giving year here in the United States. So we are continuing to still push emails to ask for support throughout the end of December, which officially happens next week. People may still give. In fact, many people do wait this late to donate, believe it or not. So we will not give up on that fundraising effort. There have been two new grants that I've recently learned of. One is a Dory grant. It is a six-figure grant, which is a considerable size. We do have a pretty good chance to at least get to be qualified for this grant based on the criteria that they've provided, and based on the previous awardees for this grant. A2SV does have a good shot at this, I believe. So I will make sure to submit that grant proposal within the next week. And then just today, I found out about another grant that's available. I found this through LinkedIn. It's called the Dr. Scholl Foundation Grant. It is due on January 31st. And I was looking at some of the previous winners. Now, in the past, up to $1 million has been awarded, but that's usually to like universities and very large organizations. They also have mid-size awards, which can be 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. This is where A2SV is most likely to fall, to be considered in the mid-range size. The Dr. Scholl Foundation basically awards grants for organizations that are dedicated to changing and improving the world. And when you look at the criteria in some of the past awardees, we would actually fit that criteria because we're focused on education, we're focused on global results, we're focused on improving the lives of others. And so those are some of the main criteria. So I do believe we have a good chance at the mid-size grant gift, which could be, like I said, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Okay. As of now, we are still planning to do the London Gala. We hope that to be a fundraiser for us as well, not just a time for dinner and fun. This is actually a fundraising event. So we will keep that on the calendar and plan to go forward with that. I'm still hearing back from board members as far as one-on-one syncs with them. And hopefully they will once again have more participation in 2026, whether it's just networking and connecting, or it could also be monetary and financial support. That would be great. And once again, this has not changed, but outreach to high net worth individuals will continue, especially in 2026, as people are coming back from holiday and starting to look at how what their spending priorities will be for the year. Many CEOs, many businesses, many larger corporations start to make those decisions on what their spending priorities will be, beginning in January, beginning in Q1. So we want A2SV to be a part of their plans for the year, and for them to work us into their budget. So it's never too early to start on that. And those are the fundraising updates for this week. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Andre, for the fundraising update. Next up, we have the human resource updates, which is going to be presented by David.
Hello everyone. For this week, the wins for the human resource update would be finalizing social media interview, and we managed to hire 2 additional teammates for social media. So we're gonna have more or less uh, full manpower for social media. The next one will be like I said last week, we are still working on updating the contract for California as well as Rwanda, and the next one is we have to update contracts. Since it's going to be everyone's contract, it's going to take time, maybe a week or two, but we have to get prioritization for Rwanda contracts. And there is, I think, the duplication, but it's going to be California as well as. So it's going to be the plan for next week. If you have anything to add or any clarification. Okay.
So for the California contract, like updates on once we already got in.
Yeah, you already got. You also get last week contract is updated one. For Fortuna gets last week, it's gonna be updated. Okay. Thank you for.
Thank you, Dave. The next one, we are going to do the finance update. It's also going to be presented by another David.
Hi everyone, my name is David at Finance. So I'm going to be I'll be presenting weekly wins for finance, and then plans. So for the wins, we continued presenting daily reports to our leaders. So the next one is we successfully managed to create projection for 2 weeks, like bi-weekly projection, and we managed to receive the funds for that. The last one is we will be processing, like we have been processing salaries for almost all of the people who managed to get their USD account approved. So yeah, so the next sort of for the plans, we will be continuing sending reports to our leaders. So the last one is we'll be finalizing salary payments and ground operation for Ethiopia. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Next up with the marketing updates will be presented by Nados.
Okay, thank you, Mariam. So for the marketing updates, I'm going to start with the wins and I'm going to go to the plans. For the wins for A2SV, we had 3 posts this week. First was Monday Motivation, the usual post for the community. Then we had a They Faced participation post, and we had a Christmas best wishes for the Christmas post. And for upcoming A2SV posts, we're done with the Alka kickoff video. We'll be posting it maybe today and the Alka first day as well. And for adults, we've posted the quiz post, and we're left with another feast participation highlight. We'll be doing it today as well. And for Dime, we had a coming soon promotion post. And for AfroChat, we're almost finalizing the post for the Amharic language integration. And next we have SkillBridge. We promoted the contest. That's going to be tomorrow. And for Akil, we're still working on the highlight post and the platform testimony video. But for Escalate, we had the new hire post, and we'll have another one tomorrow. And for the plans for A2SP, we have Monday motivation post, University of Rwanda info session, the Musanze trip about SkillBridge, and there's going to be a video that's going to be presented on the launch live in A2SV. So we'll be working on that as well. For Akil, we have the platform testimony video. If we're not going to post it today, we'll be posting it next week. And then we're going to have another platform promotion post. And for adults, we're going to have a follow-up post after the quiz, and we're going to have a new hire post for the person that recently joined the team. And for Dime, we're going to look for the trending video, and we're going to have a post on that. And for AfroChat, we're going to promote the guest mode feature next week. And for Rate It, we're going to have a street interview video, which we brainstormed with the team. and we're going to implement that next week. And for SkillBridge, we're going to have a coming soon post for the Rwandan contest, and we're going to post about the Musanze trip as well. And for Escalate, we're going to have a success story, and we came to Rwanda announcement post. So this is it for marketing updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadat, for the marketing update. So next up with the Ethiopian education update is going to be presented by Nathaniel.
So hi everyone, I believe I'm audible, right? I'm Nathaniel. I will be presenting to you about G6 and G7 weekly wins and reports. So let's start from the wins. We have successfully sent acceptance emails for eligible G7 applicants. So basically, we have been reviewing applications for G7. So for those we have accepted, we have successfully sent an emails. And for those rejected, we'll be doing them in the upcoming weeks. Since we currently have a waiting list for now, where we will select a few students from that waiting list and put them in the accepted ones. So for the accepted ones, we have sent out the emails, and we'll be reviewing the waiting list in the upcoming weeks. And next up, as you guys know, we will be hiring head of education interns in the next weeks. So we have been grading their applications. So they have submitted their essays and also their CVs. So the education squad has completely graded all of the applications so that we could move on to the next phase. And next up, we have successfully conducted the third round of internal interview contest. So basically, eligible students that participated in the second or the third round are going to be interviewed for the second round of internal interview. So I believe around 40 students are going to be interviewed. And next up, we will be having the closing ceremony for like the G6 first year education. And also at the same time, we're going to kick off the second year G6 education tomorrow, meaning Saturday at Adama. So all the schools, meaning AS2 and AIT, folks are going to be present at Adama for the closing event. Moving on to the plans, as I've said earlier, we have successfully graded their applications. So the next stops are having their technical interviews and lecture interviews. So we will be contacting interviewees in the next, I believe tomorrow, for those who have passed their essays and CVs part. So we're going to be contacting them and interviewing them next week. And after that, they're going to have a lecture interview screening. And then they're going to have an onboarding session in the upcoming week. Next up, we have the second year education first session. So after closing and kicking off the second year education, we believe we'll have our first session next week. And also we will be conducting a second round of internal interviews, since for those who participated in the contest, they're going to do their internal interviews. And finally, we will be finalizing the seasonal planning for G7. It's almost done with minor tweaks left. So the dates, everything, the materials are going to be finalized. So we will have a clear picture on what we are going to do for the whole year. And finally, we'll try to have accommodations for the IIT folks, since you guys know we have been remote this whole time. We'll try to process to have an in-person space for AIT. So that's it from the G7 and G6 and G7 education. If you guys have any questions for me, I'd gladly answer them.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Let's move on to the remote education updates, which is going to be presented by Nahum.
Okay, thank you. All right, so hello everyone. I'm Nahum, head of Academy for the Remote Education, and I'll be giving you the updates for G6, G7, and G5 second year about the project wins and plans for the week. So when we get started with G6, currently we're working on the project phase, the starter project. This week we managed to finalize the authentication flow. Yeah, and then for next week we have specific features that are planned to be implemented, and we'll be moving on to that. And when we come to G7 related updates, the last round of G7 intake interviews are being finalized this week. And so far, we have conducted 220 interviews. There are some rescheduled interviews that are going to be conducted over the weekend, and we'll be finalizing the G7 intake interviews as a whole. And then when we come to head of education and head of education internal applications, they have been graded and they have been finalized. So we have been collaborating with the in-person education on this task. Yeah, so after that, we have started interview outreach for the filtered out applicants, and we will be conducting the interviews over the weekends and next week. And then the merged contest with the in-person education, it was held successfully. So those were wins for G6 and G7. When we moved to the BADR project, our G5 second year project, they have been focusing on UI, UX, and product updates and reviews, essentially. So UI, UX feedback was delivered to the team. So for the UI, UX update that they made last week. And then top logo designs were selected, and then the best design will be picked for the logo next week. And then the sign-in page UI update has been completed, and the PRD update for onboarding, the onboarding flows after login has been initiated. And then the UI UX learning track, where the team goes through tasks to help them improve UI UX related pro efficiencies, has continued. Then they have started updating the login and sign up flows to make them more user friendly. So those are the wins for the BADR project. So when we come to the plans for next week on both G6 and G7 side, we're going to be continuing working on the starter project, working on the next features, and then we'll be sending acceptance and rejection emails since we'll be complete, since we have almost completed the G7 intake interviews. And then we'll be finalizing head of education and head of education intern interviews. And then we'll also be having our weekly contest merged with the in-person education. So those are the plans for G6 and G7. When we come to the BADR project, there will be some review tasks, reviewing the login and sign-up flows, which have been started this week, and then finalizing the sign-in page, getting it ready for implementation, and then the final logo design review session, and then the PRD review session for the authentication and onboarding flows. So yeah, those were the plans and updates for G6, G7, and G5 BADR project. If there are any questions, please feel free.
Next up with the Rwanda education update is going to be presented by Kidist. Kidist?
Thank you, Miriam. So for G7 Rwanda education, this week we had a promotion for University of Rwanda for second and third level students. And we have officially started the AUCA education end from that. In this week, we have covered Python, yeah, basics of Python lecture, And out of that, yeah, yeah, totally four lectures are covered so far. So the other is we have finalized the performance tracking sheets. There were updates that we have to meet, and we have finalized the performance tracking sheet. And for University of Rwanda, so far 226 applicants were there were 226 applicants, and 26 have passed for the first wave of interview, and we have conducted the interview with for 14 students or for 40 applicants, and for 12 the template message is sent, and from the remaining 88 students are actively interacting with the sheet, and 55 applicants are eligible for the next wave of for the second wave of interview. And from the plans, yeah, next week we are planning for grading their result for the University of Rwanda applicants, and preparing the preparation for the upcoming lecture, which is for AUCA lecture, and sharing a list of practice questions for AUCA students, reminding your students to fill out their application form, and reminding students who are not interacting with the sheets to be eligible. And for this is our Wednesday plan for Rwanda education. Thank you.
Thank you, Kudist. Let's move on to the project updates. Rate sheet is going to be presented by Bizawit.
Okay, thank you. For our wins, we've been indexing restaurant registration. We have increased the total to 80 plus. We also had a mobile review session with Emre. And then we created a new API for the menu items. It's an ongoing process. We've also translated our database information into 15 languages, and also address comments on restaurant onboarding feature. For our plans, we will finalize addressing comments on restaurant onboarding feature and deploy Rate app on App Store and Play Store. We'll continue translating our database information into 15 languages, and also continue working on creating a new API for remaining items. Thank you.
Okay, so next up with Escalate is going to be presented by Mohammed.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. So for Escalate, our first win is that we've completed multiple critical backend endpoints. We had a lot of endpoints that were missing. So I think now we can say that we have a comprehensive collection of endpoints that could serve us for a long time. And second of all, we finally created a document with 100% of our APIs. Currently, it includes all the APIs that we have. And right now we are just reviewing, trying to ensure that all the requests have the data that it is supposed to have. And thirdly, we've created a user story document for the client side. So right now, Escalate's client side, there's a document that lists all the actions that clients are going to do within the platform. So that helps us with UI UX design. The fourth win is that we've resolved several web platform issues. Some of these issues are related to validations, and we've also had some broken images that we've fixed. Next up, we have released running mobile APK. I think that is a major win for Escalate because the mobile app has been off for a very long time. So currently having a mobile APK for since we started, I think it's been this is the third week. So kudos to Adolf, who was the one responsible for us being here today with the APK. So next up, we've also coordinated Figma designs for the missing pages, namely the client side. We're working on that at the moment. And finally, we are back in social media. We have made a higher post. So those are the wins for this week. Our plans, the first plan is to implement the missing pages in both web and mobile, which is the client side. The second plan is that we are meant to implement notifications in our mobile application. Next up, we will be testing the client-side APIs prior to the implementation, just to make sure everything is correct before we implement the designs. And our last plan for next week is to enhance our backend structure. We have some small minor issues with our backend. We have some redundant APIs that need to be deleted or merged with other APIs for optimizing performance. So that's going to be our main focus with backend for next week. I think that's it for Escalate. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, then thank you. Yeah. You sure?
Thank you, Mohammed. Let's move on to the DIME update, which is going to be presented by Zemanuel.
All right, so I hope everyone is doing great. So we have some wins, and I'll be presenting the wins and the next plans for the next week. So starting from the wins, we have finalized a test flight ready iOS build. So we have mobile, we have a iOS ready mobile application for the iOS version. The next one is we have finalized notification integration for the web, and we have also finalized UI adjustments for landing and login and transaction pages, which were commented out in our internal meetings. And the next one is we have finalized recipient feature from the backend side. And so ongoing wins are we have been working on mobile money webhook integration, which is from Flutterwave and Paypack. And the next one is we have been trying to finalize recipient page integration for both web and mobile. And so for the plans, the first thing is we will be working on to finalize recipient page integration for both web and mobile. And again, we will deploy the DIME app on App Store. Next one, we will refactor the code base and add input validation for the recipient details, which is on the backend side. Okay, and the next one is for mobile, which was an ongoing task for this week. We will be working on mobile money webhook integration. And the final one is to finalize notification integration for the mobile side. And yeah, these are our plans for the next week. And thank you so much. If you have any question, you're welcome.
Let's move on to adults. It's going to be presented by Abdi.
Hello everyone. I'm Abdi Bekala. Starting with our wins, we made social media posts. We updated the UI for measurement section based on the recent measurement section UI. We completed file attachment feature on our doctor app. If a doctor wanted to attach any file, he can easily attach any file he wants to. We released Android version for both mothers and doctors app. We added a very high leveling for blood pressure. Previously, we had normal high level for blood pressure. We added a very high level for blood pressure. It has been integrated. It is working smoothly. Next up, we implemented bulk accept or reject functionality. If a patient wanted to chat with a doctor or contact the doctor, there must be an invitation. For many invitations, we implemented a bulk accept reject invitation functionality. It has been implemented and ready. Next up, we are reviewing and continued fixing dashboard in the meantime. Today we try to fix admin token expression due to time. We haven't finalized today. We will finalize next week. Reach out to RBC and the Imbuto Foundation. We are finding some company who are going to help our mission. For that, we are reaching out to several company. This week, we had a plan to reach out to RBC and Imbuto, Rwanda Biomedical Center. Everything is ready. We have drafted an email we are going to send. Due to Christmas, we haven't sent it. Next week, we will send. We started drafting second phase of ODS grant application. As I mentioned, we are mainly focusing, we are mainly finding some companies who are going to support our company, our projects. As all of you know, we passed first phase of this. It is a great chance for us. We are going to get 5 digits for our project. Thanks to Dr. Fiso for his great achievement, great effort in making this achievement possible. For this round, we are drafting, and the deadline is going to be, I think, on January 29. We're going to submit in time. Moving on our plans, we will reach out to RBC and the Imbuto Foundation. We will continue drafting second phase of ODS grant application. We will continue reviewing and addressing some issue on our dashboard and applications. We will integrate report, edit, delete on chat section. On chat section, we are planning to integrate report, edit, and delete on our chat section. We will fix admin token expiration. We will release iOS version. Finally, we are going to add user suspension or deactivation. These are adults wins and the plans. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Any question? No question?
Thank you, Abdi. Next up, we have AfroChat, which is going to be presented by Bisrat.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Bisrat from AfroChat, and I'm going to be presenting you the wins and plans for AfroChat. And for our wins, we have reviewed the new features that are added for the web, and also deployed the web with the chat streaming, the Amharic language, and the guest option features. We also added new models for different uses, like for image and audio generation and processing. We also updated the models list based on their categorizations, like fast and cost efficient, highly intelligent, and complex for complex tasks. We also updated the UI design and routing for the guest chat feature based on the new Figma design. We were also working on changing the persona descriptions from the backend to support the current languages we have. And also we are implementing the voice-to-voice endpoints and also fixing the API key for the audio models. So for next week, we are planning to finalize the change for persona descriptions, deploy the app to App Store and Play Store, and also finalize implementing the voice-to-voice endpoints, and finally fix the bugs found on the app. If you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, thank you.
Thank you, Bisrat, for the approach. Up next is Akil, which is going to be presented by Joseph.
Okay, everyone. For this week, we have redesigned the invitation modals for organizational representatives, also addressing some edge cases, integrated an AI PR agent into our Arcus repository, redesigned the talent pool page, also for organizations, resolved issues and enhanced the navbar, also drop downs in the landing page profile section, updated applicant onboarding pages to include new sections and address performance issues, enhanced the UI and UX of the organizational representatives page. We haven't quite finished it, but we've also tried to redesign the job application form. The button is done. Update the opportunity details route to display assigned representatives for that specific application. For next week, we plan on finishing resolving bugs and issues and add new features and improvements based on AI actual launch plan. Re-implement the job application form and edit job opportunity from the website. Implement opportunities list and opportunity detail for mobile. Implement location-based filter for the list of job opportunities. Re-implement opportunity seeker profile and improve resume editing. Post new job opportunities on the Akil platform, as well as deploy later versions on all platforms. Okay. So that's it from our side. If there aren't any questions.
Thank you, Yosef. Joshua. Next up, we have Skill Bridge, which is going to be presented by Hiwot.
Okay, so first kit bridge for this week wins. The first thing is we had a visit for Wisdom School and we had discussion about our project and how we will continue in our next plans. We've also generated past papers and also exams for our app for both uh, like Rwanda and Ethiopia. And also we have populated and also finalized content generation, including videos and also questions for almost 10 subjects for S6 Rwanda grade. The other one is we tried to finalize learning pass for Rwanda, but we didn't. We found some issues while testing. We'll be finalizing this next week. We've also added languages like Swahili and Luganda in our app. And the other one is we have onboarded two new members, Julius and Ayub. Julius is our new technical lead and Ayub is our web developer. The other one is, we were working on the queues feature, on the invite friends feature for the queues, but due to other tasks that we have to give priority for, we haven't finalized this. We would be finalizing this next week. The same goes for the weekly contest and custom contest for Rwanda. The other one is we have finalized the navigation UI on the admin dashboard for Ethiopia and Rwanda contest. So now there is a UI where you can navigate to both Ethiopia and Rwanda to add contests. So next week we'll be adding the actual data for Rwanda contest and hopefully we'll be starting the Rwanda contest next week. When we come to our plans, the first thing is we'll be finalizing and fixing the issues we have found while testing the learning paths for Rwanda. The Ethiopian one is already working. And also we'll be continue working on the reverse engineering process, like the use case, system architecture, and the SRS. Also, for the invite friends endpoints for the queues feature, we'll be finalizing this. And also, if there is anything we have to do on the mobile beside the UI, we'll be also doing this next week. And also, we'll try to finalize the weekly and the custom contest for Rwanda, and hopefully we'll start the weekly contest for Rwanda next week. And also the other one will be refactoring the code base on GitHub. And as always, we'll continue the weekly contest. The Ethiopia one is already opened now, so anyone can register and participate in it. That will continue. Thanks.
Thank you, Hiwot. Next up is pre-pro updates by Salome.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I will be presenting the wins and plans of pre-pro for this week. So on the mobile end, this week, we have been able to finalize the mobile designs, got a review from Emre, and we're planning to start the implementation early next week. And we have also been successfully setting up the mobile project. And on the website, we have continued implementation. So this week we have implemented the lesson related pages, like the lesson creation, the lesson list, and others detail related to lessons. And also on the integration part, we have been able to integrate the authentication and onboarding pages by this week. So these are our wins for this week. Regarding the plans, next week we plan to continue implementing the mobile design. So we have already set up the project and we'll be implementing it on next week. And also we plan to integrate the already implementing lesson page designs. Relating it to the backend, and also implementing more page designs for the web. So these are our wins and plans. If anyone have any question, you can raise it.
Thank you, Salome. Next up is IMCI updates by Abigail.
Hello, everyone. This week's wins are we finalized the web flows for on the assessment, classification, and follow-up. We also designed and refined the lab requests and results page. We also had a review meeting, and we got some feedbacks on the mobile. On the backend, we enhanced the admin's functionality to allow inviting staff by sending links. We also implemented the signing up via Telegram. The other one is we added notification systems and implemented the super admin functionalities. And on our next week plans, we're going to start the mobile implementation, and we're going to be conducting a review for the web designs, and we're going to implement the invitation delivery via WhatsApp, add some vaccination list features on the backend. We're also going to synchronize the backend with the UI design and create API documentation for the backend. This was our wins and plans. If you guys have any question, please you can raise it.
Thank you, Abigail. Next up is Hakim Hub, which is going to be presented by Dagi.
My name is Dagum Chernets. I'm from Hakim Hub's team, and I will be presenting our weekly wins. So let's start from our wins. First is that we have integrated the AI chatbot for mobile and web section. and the pharmacy rating and review for mobile section, and for booking flow of users on mobile section is done, and also availability creation for doctors from the website is completed, and setting up separate app for doctors on mobile sections is completed, and from the backend side we have they have designed the API for the availability and booking section from the backend side, and from for our next week plans, we plan to include the chat features for doctors and patients for on the mobile sections, and booking listing on the web section, and booking flow for users on the web section, and doctors availability creation on the mobile section, and implementing notification from the backend side. So this is our weekly wins and plans. If you have any questions, you can ask. Thank you.
Next up is the organizational update, which is going to be presented by Emma.
Thank you, Mariam. All right, team, when we take a look at the agenda for the organizational updates, the week is started on Saturday with the GDG DFest Day 2 for me. And I have delivered the keynote speech, and I was part of a panel discussion right after. It was a beautiful event. It was really nice to connect with some developer community members from not just Kigali, but also some of the surrounding countries. It was a very nice event. I hope in the future the team is going to be there on time to represent our organization, especially after they made an exception to register our members. So please, in the future, if you put your word to be somewhere, be there on time. Next, we also had our first lecture at AUKA. It was very nice. We didn't have everybody because the holidays started, but we didn't want to miss any time. We had more than 30 people for the sessions. And so far, what I can tell, there is a very good environment there to have successful A2SV operations. Like there is a smart board which everybody can connect, present. It definitely makes things easy. I hope our education squad enjoys it. Bereket, how does it feel to be teaching there? Right? Like there is nothing to complain about. We have what it takes to provide great education. I hope students are going to take advantage of it to the fullest. Next, we also had a very nice information session at University of Rwanda for L2, 3, and 4 students. As you may remember, we have already given an information session at UR about 2 weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks back. It was for first level students. And this time we had a chance to connect with second, third, and fourth level students as well. We answered their questions. It was a beautiful session. We got some photos too. I don't know how they came out. Social media team. Did we get some good photos by the end? Nice. Beautiful. Next, on Tuesday, we had a visit to Musanze. So this is a city outside of Kigali. What time did we come back? Around 11 p.m. So it was an all-day trip. And the school's founder, Elia, was kind enough to invite us. A few weeks back, he was part of the committee that visited our office, the private school associations from Uganda and Rwanda. And he asked at that time, hey, who are you going to do the pilot with? And he wanted us to do the pilot with Wisdom Schools. He is the founder of those schools. The plan is to have our product successfully piloted there with close communication and feedback loop with their teachers, students, school principals. They are very open. They want to make this happen. And after that, hopefully, after getting encouraging results, first we are going to expand SkillBridge into other wisdom schools. They have 14 schools nationwide. And then to the 1,500 private school association members. So this is the game plan. They love what they have seen, and we want to build together by getting their feedback into account and making this tool useful for millions of high school students starting from Rwanda. I am very happy because this is a golden opportunity and we have a concrete game plan. So hopefully we will take the right steps and make SkillBridge one of the huge success stories of A2SV. Haset, Julius, are we going to get there together? Thank you. Next, 5 years of impact report. So team, this is a beef report. And every time we go over it, of course, we see some issues, but this has finally reached to the point where it's ready for broadcasting. And today, indeed, we're requesting the final touches in the background. Hopefully, we are going to start distributing our impact report. I will send one copy to our general Slack channel. Feel free to download, take a look. This doesn't capture the whole story of A2SV for sure. Like you cannot simply explain 5 years of impact in some pages. And in that regard, we try to do our best. But it definitely shows a portion of our impact, I would say. Please read it. And this is a live document. In the future, we are going to have newer issues of our impact report. So if you see any issues to improve, please notify us so that we can address them and make it better for the future versions. Last but not least, we have waited almost all year to get here, A2SV Incorporation in Rwanda. But team, it's my pleasure to announce you that we have officially got incorporated. We got our license, we got our registration number, and everything we do as of December 23 now is official in Rwanda. Thank you very much for your patience. Smile is definitely the one who got happy with this news. All right, so when we take a look at the plans for the next week, tomorrow we are going to have first year closing and second year opening ceremony for G6 education in Ethiopia. So it wasn't easy to coordinate everything. First, students need to be available. Next, the venue should be available. We need to arrange buses. We need to arrange cakes. And since it's fasting season, fasting cakes, non-fasting cakes. But thanks God, everything is coming together. We found the venue. We have made the arrangements. And this beautiful event is going to take place tomorrow. And officially, we will be moving from first year education to second year education with Generation 6. Lobby, meeting room, outside branding work is going full force. Hopefully by next week, we are going to be complete pretty much with everything. And launch planning. Now that we have our incorporation finalized, we are expecting to hear the exact date from the ministry. I've already pinged them, but since it's the holidays, we may have to wait until the early New Year days to put the date on the calendars. But the range is January 15, January 21st. We will be broadcasting the impact report. This is a beautiful one, so people should hear our story. I think in the conclusive remarks, Dr. Andre can also let us know in what ways we can contribute getting this impact report seen by relevant people so that the world is going to hear more about our impact and will understand it better. 2024 audit is going on, and since, again, this is the holidays, therefore the progress is a bit slow. There are one or two final clarifications that they want to do. We are trying to schedule a meeting, but we really hope that either before the end of the year or early next year, our 2024 audit will be completed as well. Next, Addis Ababa University Education Physical Space Arrangement, we are still pushing. So there were people who wanted to meet the president of Addis Ababa University. One of them got sick. So she said she's going to have that meeting on Monday, and I will be pushing. The other one I didn't hear back yet, but we'll do our best to secure some physical spaces for Addis Ababa University students as well. We will finalize the education squad new hires on the remote education and in-person education Ethiopia, and we have some open positions. And to my knowledge, interviews are taking place. We hope that they will be wrapped by next week. And last but not least, now that we get our incorporation completed, there are no blockers for us to make official applications for the work permits. And again, since it's the holidays, most probably we are going to proceed in the first week of the new year, because we also need all Rwanda contracts to be signed and ready for work permit applications. But in that regard, we are also making a very good progress. With Dave, we have finalized the contract, and Dave, I guess early next week, we will populate and share with our team members, right? So by the new year, first days of new year, we can be ready to do our work permit applications. Excellent. Yes, this is how the agenda looks on the organizational end. Thank you very much, team. Any questions or points? If not,
Thank you, Emre. Let's move on to the conclusive remarks by Dr. Andre.
Okay, yes, thank you. Before I move to the conclusive remarks, I did want to address how we could use the impact report to the best of our ability and for the most visibility for the organization. So as Emre mentioned, this is something that's been worked on, and it's a beautiful document. And I just want to tell you briefly the power, the power of an impact report. In any organization, when you are seeking support, when you're seeking partnerships, whether these are from individuals, corporations, some other, grant applications, an impact report is very vital and powerful to the visibility of the organization. It shows where we've been, it shows what we're doing, and it shows who we have been able to affect in a positive way. Luckily, we have such a beautiful document that is very comprehensive, in my opinion, that shows it gives a good snapshot of everything we do. As Emre said, it's not everything that we do, but if someone were to take a brief snapshot, a brief look into our organization, what we provide, and they were able to, they wanted to tell a 1 minute or 90-second story, they could use that impact report, that 5 pages. And sometimes it's appropriate to condense that down to 2 pages. So personally, as a fundraiser, I will use this and attach it to any communication that I have with someone outside of our organization. Because if I were to just try to tell them the story verbally, or if I were to just try to write it in an email or refer them to the webpage, much of what we do is going to get lost. People don't always take the time to do their own research. If you ask them to go to the website, there's a chance they may not do it. So what you do, and what I will do, is attach that to an email, or any time that I have an opportunity to refer them to a PDF, they can take that brief look, that snapshot, and have a very good idea exactly what it is we do. And I think we do a good job of that. So encouragement for you to do that as well when the opportunity presents itself. For me, I will be using this document for months and months in the future, because it's ready and it's powerful, it's beautiful, and we should use it to the fullest. Okay, on to the conclusive remarks. It's a very short quote by Abraham Lincoln: "The best way to predict the future is to create it." So Abraham Lincoln, I'll give you a brief little background on him, as I like to do with historical figures, but probably the most well-known presidents in the history of the U.S. and one of the most well-known figures in all of history. He led, through a difficult time, he led his country when his country was at a civil war, and then came through that. And at the very end of that, he lost his life, but he was a wise man, again, one of the most well-known presidents, and he endured a lot in his very brief time on earth. He only lived to be in his 40s, and he was only president for about 4 years, but he was wise, and people listened to him, they followed him, and he wasn't always the smartest person in the room, he wasn't always the most educated, he didn't have the most degrees, but he had resilience, and he had grit, and he had lots of strength, internal strength, especially during a very difficult time. So once again, the best way to predict the future is to create it. My encouragement to you is let's walk bold with confidence, with our heads held high, speak confidence in our words, speak power in our words to everyone that we encounter, and be proud of your organization, be proud of the products that we produce, be proud of the students, be proud of those who work here, and let's hold our heads high in confidence and speak power into our future. And then that way we'll be able to accomplish many things. Thank you very much. And everyone have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Dr. Andre. See you next week. Goodbye. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.